Tell me if this sounds familiar. You train hard, you show up, your technique is solid, but somehow it feels like you're always a step behind, like you're fast, but never the fastest. And it's so frustrating because you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, and yet it seems that other swimmers just know something you don't. So if you want to finally be the swimmer who makes finals, the swimmer who wins medals, this video will break down the skills and knowledge that separate the okay swimmers from the serious fast ones. The things that most people never talk about, and they are mobility, power, energy zones, and kick cycle time. Stay until the end for some homework drills. Chapter 1, mobility. Breaststroke kick must be the most odd movement in swimming. Your legs basically have to bend over backwards to make this work. There are 3 joints that matter the most and can be improved: ankles, hips, and lower back. As I go through these, test yourself with me. It's important to know where you stand with them, because if you have limited mobility, all the work you do in the pool won't be effective. Ankles. The difference between good and bad feet position is like freestyle kick with and without the fins. In the start phase of the kick, the more you flex your feet, the more you increase the surface area of the instep, which means you can push more water backward. To test for how much you can flex your feet, get into the downward dog position and press your heels down to the floor. If you can do that easily, this is already a great sign. Now walk your hands forward. If you can't do that in the first place, then this is a good exercise for you to practice. Hips. Hip rotation lets your knees and feet turn outwards without having to separate your legs wide and creating resistance. To test your hip mobility, get into the W squat stretch, but go slow and stop if you feel any knee pain. You'll immediately know if it's your hips, knees, or quads that are tight. Lower back. Flexible lower back keeps your legs from sinking when your upper body is coming up for a breath. To test, get into the bridge position. If you can do that, that's an amazing sign. Try to walk your hands and feet closer together. If you're looking at this and you're like, hell no, I cannot do that, then get into the upward dog position. This position will help you improve your mobility. Make sure you walk your hands as close as possible to your hips. Remember, if your mobility is limited, technique can't fix it. Chapter 2, power. Stronger legs equals faster swimmer. That's simple. Power and strength are often confused, but they are not the same. Strength is how hard you push. Speed is how fast you push. And power is how fast and how hard you can push. So speed and strength combined. This is why a strong athlete who is not used to being explosive is not using their full potential. You need to train both speed and strength to have more power in the water. So what exactly needs to be strong for breaststroke kick? Your quads and hamstrings. Exercises you can do for quads are squats, split squats, leg press, Bulgarian squats, jump squats, box jumps, and kettlebell swings. And for hamstrings, RDLs, single leg RDLs, glute bridges, sumo squats, hamstring curls, or hip thrusts. Even with the exercises that are more static, like squats, you can take some weight off and do the movement, but just faster. Chapter 3, energy zones. So it's important we talk about this because your body needs to learn to kick fast over and over again. And even if your coach is writing your practices, you should still know what's happening inside your body. There are 3 energy systems: CP, anaerobic, and aerobic. And although they work together at the same time, one system is the primary one depending on how long your effort is lasting. But what does that mean for you? So let's take a 200-meter swim, for example. In the first 10 seconds, our body needs a lot of energy ASAP. So it's using creatine phosphate, which has a lot of energy right off the bat, but it does not last long. When we're 10 to 30 seconds in, the CP system is already emptied out, so our body starts to use the anaerobic system. Thanks to this, you can keep going at a high effort, but you are paying the price of lactate, which is why you feel that burn, which is exactly why we need to go warm down afterward. After the 30 seconds, our bodies need even more help, so the aerobic system kicks in. Aerobic system uses oxygen, which removes lactate, which means that you can keep going without your body shutting down. And after the 2 minutes, the aerobic energy is the primary source. Because all 3 systems are present, you should train in all of those energy zones. Training in the CP zone will improve your speed enormously. An example sets are 15-meter sprints, fast turns, 425s all out with long rest. Training in the anaerobic zone, so the lactate zone, teaches your body how to handle the burn. And some example sets are 1050s fast on 30 to 40 second rest. Training in the aerobic zone, the oxygen zone, builds your endurance foundation. And yes, even sprinters need this, not to go long, but to hold speed instead of dying at the end. An example set would be 6 400s on 20 seconds rest. You cannot reach your top end speed if you train only the anaerobic and aerobic zone. To do that, you must train the CP zone. And that links us to chapter 4, reducing kick cycle time. Here, I'm not talking about your overall swimming speed or your kick rate. Here, I am talking about the speed of your singular kick cycle. Faster kick cycle means that you can do more kicks during the race and ultimately get to the wall faster, on condition that each of those kicks are as effective as possible. There are 2 logical ways that you can reduce your kick cycle time. First one, reduce your cycle path. A narrower kick means that your feet have a shorter distance to travel, which can make your kick cycle time lower. But we don't want that narrower kick to affect your overall swimming speed. So the condition here is that your kicks, even though they're more narrow, they have to be just as effective as when they are wide. And not everybody can do that. Adam Peaty has mastered this, but I'm not in a position to recommend this solution to anybody. I just want you to know it exists. The second way, and the one that I actually want you to focus on, is this. Move your feet faster. This means increasing power. How to do that? Train with resistance. Resistance bands, parachute, drag socks. Train in the CP zone, so short reps, lots of rest, full power, full focus. Train explosiveness in the gym, so like we talked about, not just pure strength, but speed with which you do the reps. And train explosiveness in the water. This links us to our homework chapter where I show you some drills. Drill number 1, 1050s kick with kickboard. The first 25 we're kicking with one leg only. On the second 25 we're doing 5 fast kicks. Rest easy. On the second 50, we're switching the leg on the first 25. Next drill is also 1050s with kickboard, but this time we're doing 1 breaststroke kick, 1 dolphin kick. The goal is to try to match the speed of the breaststroke kick with the speed of your dolphin kick. And last drill, 5 times 15 seconds vertical breaststroke kick. Count your kicks and each time try to do more kicks in the 15 seconds. Rest for 45. Good technique gets you in the race, but mobility, power, speed, and stamina are what make you fast. If any of these chapters are particularly interesting to you, let me know in the comments and I'll cover them in more detail. In the meantime, I know you got this. You made it to the end of this video for a reason. I'll see you next time.